Greetings and salutations, and welcome back once again to Gettysburg. Now, where we left off, General McLaws had just arrived with his lead units, and there was just some final sort of skirmishing and artillery fire to see out the day. So let us see what has happened. As the battle has, for the most part, come to a complete end. For the day, at least.
The winter is gone and spring has come once more. Rejoice that winter is no more, for now it is spring and the leaves are growing green. The rebels rejoice that they cannot.
Okay, he's built a breastwork there, so he's gonna build breastworks along there, I think.
Home they will be, home dearest home in this our country, where the roses in bud and the blossoms on the tree, and the lark is singing home to North Missouri.
He's launching a counterattack.
We have taken up arms in defense of our farms, and if the Federals trouble us, we'll surely do them harm.
That's not a welcome sight. Two units routed, breastworks everywhere. So, Baxter, that's all Baxter's brigade.
Home we will be, home dearest home in this our country, where the roses in bud and the
I am going to accept abandoning this chunk of Seminary Ridge. To try and reorganise Pender's battered division at this point. Let us take you from that.
Federals will come and force them away, then away from their homes, away they will be, away from their homes in their own country, where the roses in bud and the blossoms on the tree, and the lark is singing home to North Missouri. Away from their sweethearts they have to stay, and lay in the woods by night and by day. For if by the Federals they should capture thee, they will be carried to the penitentiary. Then away from their homes, away they will be, away from their homes in their own country.
AP Hill will move that way. They will go over there.
And the blossoms on the tree, and the lark is singing
As will them.
to North Missouri.
This is all more third corps. Yeah, that's... Who do you belong to? Third corps. Let's just start getting the artillery somewhat out of my way.
Now my song is almost ended, and since it is so, back to the wars with all speed I must go, with my gun in my hand and my jacket also blue. Farewell, my dear friends, I must bid you adieu.
Okay, we've built
And away
them.
from my home, away I will be. Away from my home and away, dear, from me, where the rose is in bud and the blossoms on the tree, and the lark is singing home to North Missouri. When the war is over, I will return to thee, and we will get married if we can
Go there.
agree. And when we are joined in wedlock's happy band, and we never more
You
will
control
take
all
parting
the.
hand.
We'll just look to control
Soon
all the passages there.
we will be. Home, dearest home, in this our country, where the rose is in bud and the blossoms on the tree, and the lark is singing home to North Missouri.
One last parting shot. Was not really worth it, but yeah, I might as well.
All you Southerners now draw near, and to my story approach. You hear each loyal Southerner's heart that cheer the victory.
You know what? I am actually going to pull back Pender's division entirely, giving him a choice.
That night we lay upon the ground, no tents nor shelters could be found, and in the rain we almost drowned on our way.
Heath will pull back behind Seminary for sure. Basically pulling them to be behind Seminary so he can't see them.
When the Shiloh hove in view, it would the bravest heart subdue to see them Yankee motley crew that held the works at Shiloh.
Now, the real fun part
For they were strongly
will be what to do in the morning still.
batteries on the rear side. Our general view the plains and cried, "We'll get hot work at Shiloh."
Alrighty, let's at least get Mahone in a position to somewhat go. These. Oh, apologies, my voice. Ooh. So, not very professional.
33rd and the Swabs, they charged the betters they gave each year's.
So, Posey is going to be basically here to guard the artillery and prevent no sneak attacks on the divisional's artillery wagon.
Their guns and knapsacks they threw down. They ran like hares before hounds. The Yankee Dutch could not withstand the Southern charge.
Alrighty. And then you technically belong over there. Yeah, we'll sort them out later. But Anderson is now ready and able to get going in the morning however I want him to. Whether he takes over from Pender's division and Pender goes into reserve, or anything he supports Longstreet. Edward Allegheny Johnson and his division has now arrived and will start to get ready. We've got some 40 minutes before true darkness. Seems a bit early for nightfall, but oh well. Second Corps. And you're all Second Corps. And then last but not least, let's bring McClaws charging up the road again. McClaws, next part of McClaws is Barksdale. So let's get William Barksdale's brigade moving. And then finally it's Wofford and his Georgians who follow on. The last part of McClaws's divisions arrive next turn, which is the divisional train and his artillery. So I'm thinking if I continue to move until, say, midnight at least with Hood, if we use that same appropriateness with McClaws should have his division maybe here by that time, which would then be in a prime position to swing to either flanks fairly undetected. So let us bring Jenkins and his cavalry, A.G. Jenkins and his cav this way. As I basically bring the cavalry brigade swinging. It's a little... Perhaps they would be better on my right to prevent or watch for any signs of federal shenanigans, but... certainly help. What about you? Let's do that and then that there. Might as well blast them in the face. Just to say, get off my lawn, essentially. You're there to guard that lot. I am determined to probably swing, well, not swing, but pull back Heath behind the Seminary Ridge. I would basically leave Yule holding these positions with Johnson, Rhodes, and then Early converge on Cemetery and Culp's Hill together from 3 sides. That would allow me to swing Hill and Longstreet round, especially if Hill hit along here. Problem with that is Hill's been in combat all damn day. His boys are worn out and battered in some cases. Whereas most of Rhodes, a lot of Rhodes is fairly untouched. Some of Rhodes is completely untouched, to be fair. Looks at pretty much looks at Ramseur, looks at Doles, and then looks over here to Early, who did get a whacking in certain places. Let's move. Yeah, I figured that would happen. We blunder straight back into him. Just this last bit of jockeying. Alright. There is a slight gap there, that's the problem. Let's pull these boys back at this point. I don't think I need him there anymore, now that the guns are gone. So Heath, you are now going to skedaddle that way. And with Johnson and his division just about arrived. One thing I will do is get Pettigrew out of my way. And get Pettigrew resting for the moment. He won't be able to rest this turn, but between now and the morning, he should be fairly rested. So, what do I do with Hood, given that he won't arrive until 10? I think I'm going to have to just skedaddle him forward. For a bit during the night, not too long, because otherwise he will arrive completely worn out and unfit for combat, but keep him marching for an extra hour or two. He should be fairly fresh in the morning then. I suppose if Hill stacks all of this along here nicely, I could swing Longstreet down here, especially with Jenkins trying to force this cavalry out of my way. And I could do that and then swing and, well, rather than hitting Peach Orchard, the Emmetsburg Road and the wheat field, essentially, I would hit this in the flank. We shall see. For now, however, it's still a minor Confederate victory because I control the town. But a minor victory will not do. I have to crush them. So... for now, I think that is going to be that. I am curious as to who is where, because I've been fighting Iron Brigade over here. I've been fighting 1st Corps over here, 1st Corps over here, 11 Corps over here, 11 Corps down here. It just looks like utter chaos. So, we shall see. But, again, I love that word. As always, I thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. I know these episodes are starting to get a little boring, perhaps, because, well, the fighting's over for now. And we shall... but we shall soon be back at it. $220, where would he get? But $240, he's only going to be where? Yeah, he's only going to be there by after 40 minutes, coming from Fayetteville. Which will then mean another 6... yeah, he's not going to arrive until day 3, for sure. So... I'll have to essentially use him as a coup de grace. So, anyway, I thank you all for watching once again. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all very, very soon. So until then, bye-bye for now.